Hello, Chloe the No Text Coach here from, of course, Glam Goodies. Let's talk about airbrush equipment, and this time we're gonna go over the Apres Airgel system. Totally different from the Airgel system. Apres actually came out after Airgel was already around, and so that was one of the reasons why it took forever to even get Airgel to the US, because the distribution, this is a lot of background information that you probably don't care about, but they didn't want to be in the same store as the competitor, basically. So anyways, that's not the point. The point is there's a difference in the systems, and I'm going to talk about it now. As far as a hand piece is concerned, the Apres hand piece is German engineered. It is very nice. It is a very nice hand piece. I do not like the rechargeable little compressor. I hate that because I feel like it's too heavy. I'll show you in the next clip where I go over the different equipment pieces. I don't want to do anything that's going to stress out my hand even more than I need to. Why? Because I have to keep, I'm going to keep working. I'm not going to say I have to keep. I want to keep working, and you got to take care of your body, right? The second thing is the Apres system. They're just, in the beginning, it's just it was their gel polish that people were thinning out with acetone, but now they have like the sprays, the paint. The paints are cool, you know, they're cool. Nothing really against them. I just like the Airgel from Japan the first one, better than them, but they have good color coverage, easy to spray. The unit is not my favorite, but technically I think they sell that hand piece separate, so you can buy the hand piece and a compressor from wherever and use it with that. But let's cut to the clip and then we'll do a recap. Okay, here we are with the Apres Airgel airbrush system. It comes with the compressor here, and it can go 2 speeds. You got your hand piece here. It's very nice. It is made in Germany, which I thought that was cool. It's a very clean design, actually. It's a very clean design. What I did know that is different from the other one, notice that was different from the other ones, is you cannot put your finger here in order to send air back through the machine so that it'll mix. That's like a minus for me, but it might not be a minus for anybody else. So that means when you're mixing colors, you're going to have to physically stir it with a dotter tool or something. That ability also helps you clean it out. So you need to have a cleaning solution and a brush and a plan where you're going to clean that thing out. And then this is, of course, the charging cord. So we're going to take it out of this box. And this is a really cool container. Definitely great for travel. It had a little piece of bubble wrap in there to keep this from jiggling around in there, which is cool. I'm going to attach this piece back to here. And we're going to practice some spraying. Now, the only other issue I had is no matter how I put it in there with the threads, I just couldn't get it all the way tight. You know? Like, I can get it tight, but then it's going to be off center. Like so. So, I don't know if that matters. To me, it's easier to hold it the shorter way over the longer way. But it's not that big a base. So, it's a little weighted, but not too much. Okay? I have a few colors. I have a blue, I have a purple, I have a white. It's thinner than the other Airgel that I have. It does a very good spray. It has a good smell. It does use a lot at times. I would suggest cleaning it with whatever cleanser they send. I don't have any of it here because I borrowed this from a friend. But it does have a really good spray. You can get real tight lines and tight corners. But you do need to know what you're doing or where you're going with your design, because it seems like it uses a little bit more than you would want. And that's on the high speed. So I'm going to turn it down to the low speed. I'm going to grab my tip here. And it's got 2 coats of color, of a white color. Oh, okay. And a matte top coat. I like that though. I like the spray. It's not bad at all. Set that for, I'm going to do 30 seconds because it is a gel system. So I'll do 30 seconds in LED to set the color. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to spray it one more time just to make our ombre soft. This hand piece is definitely not heavy. I definitely like it. This is a little charging port back here. Let's grab this back out of our system. My suggestion would be to, oops, turn it back on. My suggestion would be to, if you have like an exhaust system, just like with air gel, to suck the fumes out. Because it does have a smell. It's not a terrible, and see, I'm out already. Now, I didn't put a lot because I didn't want to use a lot. I'm going to use a little bit, but it does have like a really, I don't want to say really loud smell, but a smell that's out, like it gets to you a little bit. And that's on a low speed. I kind of feel like it uses a lot of gel. I'm not sure of the price points on these gels, but I will definitely find out and put it in the discussion. There. The caps come double capped, so you have that cap there and then this clear cap that goes on the top that seals it down. And I want to go ahead and try with another color. So I'm going to use cleanser from another system because I'm just going to use cleanser. I want to clean it out. And if you don't have anything, like if you have, like, this is a gel cleaner, so that should be fine. I'm going to swirl this around in here to clean it out. And that's what you do. It gets down in there and loosens anything, and then I'm just going to cut it back on, turn the spray on high, and spray it out. And you can see it's cleaner. See? But I will do a thorough cleaning before I send it back to my friend. And when I say thorough cleaning, I'm going to pull it apart. And I'll pull it apart for you in a second. So, that actually came out pretty nice. So I do like it. Let's touch it. Yep, it's dry. It's definitely cured. None on the gloves. So I do like that. Let's test it out with a stencil. So I have a dark blue color tip, and I'll grab a star stencil. And we're going to do a star just because I want to do something to see how well it works with stencils, and we'll go with the white. So let's drop a little drops of our white in there. I make sure I shake these up pretty good. I'm going to turn this on low speed. It's got a very deep well. It's a thinner, so I'm not... It's a quick spray. It's a deep well, so you will have to work with a little bit more as far as the spray is concerned. But I definitely flooded the stencil. It's a thinner product than I'm used to. It's gel, so we can wipe that off. Let's wipe our stencil off. Let's try it one more time. I'm going to reshake my white again. Maybe that's what it needs. Just another shake. A harder shake. So I'm just shaking it up really good. It's got beads in there. And I'm going to pour a little bit more. It's still like way thin. So I don't know if that's why. So I'm hitting it just a little bit. I'm going to cut this unit off. And I'm going to cure it with the stencil on. Now, typically, I don't like curing things with the stencil on. But this gel is just a little bit thinner than even the acrylic airbrush paint. So, I'm not sure if that's the intent with their formula. But I'm going to wipe it off again. I did shake it very well. I'm going to cut this back on low. And I'm going to spray just a little blast one more time. And let's remove our stencil. You get the design. It's a little flow back from the stencil because the paint flooded it. So that is a little disappointing for me. I'm sure there are ways around it. Definitely would have to play with it a bit more because like I feel like this paint is a little bit thinner than I'm definitely used to working with.
I do like the way that the container closes up nice and tight. You make sure it locks with these arrows, and then you screw this on nice and tight. It's not really loud and odorous. It does have like a perfume smell. It doesn't feel like it's choking you up. I would always say, if you're worried and you have like an exhaust system or a dust collector, definitely spray over the dust collector. It has some power. The handpiece is not too heavy. It's not bad. But I would definitely need to get more comfortable with using it. Okay, so let's take this guy off of here, but we want to make sure that we're taking it off the base. And that's what happens when you over screw. It's a little bit harder. So taking this off the base, holding this part and this part steady. Okay. Now let's do a little cleaning. This comes off. There. Grab a Q-tip. This twists both ways. This comes off, and you can take this off and take the needle out. Twist this. Now let's look here. You have a little paint collecting right there in that area. And so that eventually can get messy because there are holes right on the side. It's a nice weighted piece. So it's not terribly heavy, but it's not bad. Unscrew this nozzle guy because he needs to get clean. And once you unscrew, your needle is literally right there. Nice and thin, which allows for that nice, even, thin ombre. Gonna press down on the trigger and slide the needle backward slowly, straight out. Don't bend it. I'm gonna look down in there, and you got a little paint collecting in there too. So that's gonna need to be cleaned down. Okay, so then let's look here. This is actually a washer, or is it paint? This right here is a washer. It is not paint. So be aware of that, because what happens is that's where this gasket and this area meet. Set this down. A little cleanser. Q-tip. If you got any lintless wipes, like I got some towelettes. Make sure that's totally clean. You don't want to let paint dry up in your system. This is definitely a very nicely made system. You can tell they really thought about it. I think my only drawbacks is I would definitely have to work with the paint a little bit more because I haven't used it before. So I would definitely have to work with it a little bit more in order to get more comfortable with the paint. Let's clean it in that side there. And that side there. Making sure there's nothing in there. Really clean. There we have a little bit, but that's okay. We have some brush tools. Oops. So with our brush tool, we will take it and swirl it around there and get that last little bit of paint out. There. And let's look back at this nozzle. See, there's some paint there. So let's get that out. Be very careful. And then if you pay attention, this little piece comes out, and this is actually the nozzle. screws out. There. I mean, the construction is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Got it all nice and cleaned out. A little bit more paint right there. Let's get that out. Don't want anything left in there. You want it really clean. You don't want it to have anything drying. Let's look in here. Got a smidge. So what we're going to do is take it, pour a little cleanser in there. The smaller side. Got that out. There. Let's dry that guy off. Cool. There you go. Slides back in there like that. Nice, easy. Now, you put the needle in first, okay? You press your trigger down and you put your needle in first. Slowly. Look, I'm trying not to be in the way. Then, release your trigger. Get real close to pay attention. And be very gentle putting that on. Boom. Now let's look here. You want your needle to stick through just a smidge. See it? There. Because when you pull this back, that needle goes back in there. There we go. So now that we got that, not too much, just a little bit, so it's too tight. So let's look again. Good. And what you're going to do is you're going to tighten this up. And then make sure that needle moves. It moves. And that's it. So I'll put the rest of it together. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so now that you've watched the clip and you see what I was talking about with the different systems and blah, 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 what do you think about the Apres system? Have you used it? Do you like it? Don't you like it? Whatever. If you need some more information about available airbrush equipment, I want you to click down below in the description and you'll find my airbrush starter guide. It is totally free. I literally made that resource for nail techs who are like, I want to start airbrushing, but I'm not exactly sure where to start. So I put together a little something for y'all so that you can pretty much understand like the equipment that's available, how to use the airbrush, stencil layering, all that jazz. It's all included in that free guide down there. And I'll even put the link to my mini course just in case you're like, I like Air Gel by Apres, but I'm not sure if I'm using it right. So grab that too. This is I think video number 4 or 5 in the series, but there will be more, and I'll be going more over equipment, information, and how we use it, and how you can make money with it, okay? So, like I said, my name is Chloe, I'm a nail techs coach. Like, subscribe, share, and comment below. See you later.